Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenMara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And today I want to do a little unboxing of this guy. It's the Guardian Angel Messages Handbook Tarot by Radley Valentine, and the artist is Dan Craig. And this was gifted to me a little while ago, but I just figured today would be a good day to do this video. And as I said, I always open it for the first time right here, and it's very matte. Like, it's all shiny with the paper, but it's very matte otherwise, which, if you have noticed with Hay House particular, they've gotten away from using the shiny because the shiny had some chemical properties, I can't remember what the exact wording was, that they found that they didn't like, so they went to just the matte for everything. They don't gild their cards anymore. They used to do silvers and golds on a lot of their sides, but not anymore. So we have our little book, chunky little thing. Let's take a peek at the important stuff, the different ways that they have their tarot decks, because that's always, or spreads, that's always the fun part in these books. But this one was one that I had discussed with the person who gifted it to me, and they were like, wait, you don't have it? I'm like, no, I don't have all of Radley's. I have quite a few of them, but not all. And so then this one was shortly presented. So I'm super happy to finally open it. They have the basic 3-card spread and the basic Celtic cross, which is kind of a fun spread if you've never worked with it. I did a video about the tarot and some of the alterations that I've made to the Celtic cross because it's a little more functional for the way I read. And then they just hop into the cards. They only have the 2 spreads. That's kind of surprising to me. And like a lot of Radley's work and his former co-author of some other decks, they use the elements instead of the normal suits, which would be cups, coins, swords, and wands. They use the elements, or the elements. And let's see if they actually put down in here how they interpret those. This is, so wands are still fire, cups are still water, swords are still air, and coins are earth. So they just switched to the actual definitions of all those. And we have our little paper binder, slide that right off there. But the bottom card is your dreamer, which would be the fool in most decks. And that's one thing I have noticed with anything that Radley touches. They don't use the term fool because they see that as derogative, but the origins of that term in this aspect was someone who is really eager but doesn't know anything. Makes a little more sense. The dreamer, kind of the same thing, just way more positive spin, because in the traditional tarot, the fool can make a lot of mistakes. The dreamer is more like just throwing out ideas type of, is the vibe that I get from it. Again, we have believing, beginning, and protected. So it's a very gentle card as far as that goes. Still have your puppy or your dog in this one, but you have your angels coming in to be more protective of the young dreamer. Their magician card is pretty interesting. The wand they use is similar to the one that you would use in the Golden Dawn, and the sword, the chalice, and the coin, which is on that. There's some symbol there. I can't quite see what that is. And then we have, of course, our infinity symbol. So this is really saying you've gained wisdom, knowledge, and you're ready to step out with authority, but you're not quite there yet. We won't go through all of the major arcanas because there's 22 of them, so that takes a minute. But we will hop here to the last one, and they go back to using the term the world, accomplishment, celebration, and completion. And I like the fact that they have such a nice divine feminine aspect with that. It almost looks like, a little bit like, oh, I just lost her name. She was the grandma in Halloween Town, that Disney show from back in the day. Debbie Reynolds. She kind of looks like that, which is even more fun. So our Ace of Fire. We got our wands going on there. And I like I said, I like the way they did the wand. Like I said, it's very much Golden Dawn-esque. And then we hop into, let's see what else we have. We have the Ten of Fire, which is a frustration one. Like, you've done so much work, what is going on here? And that's kind of the vibe you get with that card. And then we hop into the water suit. And the water suit starts off pretty simple, very gentle, very getting ready to start things, emotions, relationships, and intuition. It's the beginning of all those. And then we have the Two of Water, which is one of the love cards, partnership, commitment, and reconciliation, which is a very sweet card when you look at this version of it. Let's hop out here to see with the Eight of Water, searching, empowerment, and fulfillment. So it's giving you a little encouragement along the path of life when it doesn't feel like you're making it. And the Queen of Water, that's kind of cool. Loving, giving, and psychic. She looks like a really strong professor or professional therapist who's going to empower you to the next leg of your journey, which is kind of a fun way to look at that. And then we'll look at, whoops, skip over here. Ace of Air. This one feels almost forlorn, which this Ace of Air is inspiration, communication, and adjustments. This is an energy of change, finding out that there's more to learn, there's more to do. So this is not your normal cheery hop into the story. This one has a little more serious tone to it, which usually when you look at the swords and air, there's a little bit more strict structure, you could say, a little bit more of that Saturn energy. Just basically saying, yeah, there's a lot of fun and joy in life, but you also have this other part too. And let's see, let's look at the, Nine of Air, Nine of Swords. Very much not feeling it. Negativity, worry, and sleeplessness. There's some frustration going on. Could be causing some insomnia. And let's take a peek at the King of Air. He gives you the knowledge, objective, and respected. It definitely gives you that air of someone who has built their business, built their life, and they are going to show you how to do it. If you don't want to listen, that's fine, but they're not going to waste their time with you. Very, very structured here. And I like the fact that the crown is in the tree. We have the Ace of Earth. Reminds me of a kid from a movie I watched when I was young. Very much abundance, opportunity, resources. It's the beginning of a journey. You have your studies ready to get going. You're ready to step out in authority, and that's where that one's coming in. We have the Six of Earth, charity, generosity, windfall. And this is that vibe where, you're going to get what you need in life as long as you're willing to keep things moving, which kind of works with coins anyway. Let's take a peek at our Knight of Earth. This one, organized, responsible, and supportive. I'm getting very much more Libra vibes off of this one, not Virgo, which is Earth. But it's definitely holding things together. You're not sure, so you're going to basically pull back a little bit is the vibe I'm getting with this. Again, the Knight of Earth or of coins is literally the least active of the knights. They tend to be more reserved, more focused. They're battle hardened, but they're also battle weary. They're not going to just go charging into something. So this one, the back of the cards, and this is a little unique. Most of the decks that I have with Radley on them, the back of them shows an upright position, so you don't always read it reversed, or you'll know it's a reversed card, which I don't read anyway, but that's beside the point. This one has an actual reversible back to them, which is kind of fun when you do it on a video, but that makes it a little more interesting for people who do read reversals to be able to actually read reversals. So this one, if you've watched my video on the tarot, I have went through the whole process with it. So we'll do a little quick shuffle here, see if any cards jump out, and do a sample reading. But overall, I feel like this is going to be an interesting deck to add into the rotation because it is, again, very gentle, but it's bringing in this concept of the guardian angels more so than the advisors and guides that we usually look to. Because the guardians, to me, don't get enough credit. The guardians are the ones that keep you safe when you're doing things that maybe not the best idea, or sometimes they're protecting you from stuff that you didn't know was there. Like if you're driving down the road and all of a sudden you get delayed at a stoplight or one of those wonderful construction lights that they claim are censored, but you swear they're not, and all of a sudden you get let go, and then you come around the corner and you just narrowly miss a really big car accident. So I mean, there's things like that where the guardian angels will step in and a fairly large amount of the time, you don't know that they're doing it. So in our basic 3-card spread here, we have the 8 of Air, self-doubt, confusion, and free will. And this one is definitely giving that vibe of, I don't know what I'm doing. I have this knowledge, I have this ability, I have all these fill in the blank, and I don't know how to move forward. This is really a energy of the unknown. Even though you know what you are, you know your skills and talents, you don't know how to use them. You're not sure where to apply this. And that's really fits in with that vibe that I'm getting off these. Your second card is the King of Earth, prosperous, generous, and successful. This is that energy of been there, done that, already got the t-shirt, now it's time to share. Now it's time to guide the next generation. Because you're so successful, you've taken care of those things most important to you, your spouse, your kids, your pets, your family, however that plays out. So you know where you're at, and so you're able to do more relaxing things. Again, your crown is in the tree here. But you're able to just chill. Like I said, he's doing his thing. He's literally baked a pie. That's what it looks like. So he's in a really good spot. So we have the 8 of Air, not sure what to do. And this could be a past, present, future thing where your past, you were feeling a little stuck. Present, you're in a good spot. You've got things taken care of. And your future is the 10 of Air, endings, recovery, and freedom. Been through some struggles, things are over, might have been some things going on that you needed to recover from, and this energy in this future tense is saying now you have the time to relax. You have the time to enjoy your freedom, and that's what that King of Earth was hinting to. In the moment, you're prosperous, generous, successful. You've been there, done that. You've got the t-shirt, you're ready to move on. And the 10 of Air is saying your future is showing that those things are over. The stress, the trouble, the drama is over. So you're ready to move into that higher and more clean state. So that's kind of an interesting little 3-card beginner spread there. Like I said, I think I will be adding this one in with rotation somewhere. Not sure exactly where because things get a little cluttered sometimes, but I like to have some organization. So with that, if you're interested, I'll have this linked in the description down below. It is a really cool new deck that I've got. There's the Moon card, which is intuition, illusion, and revelation. Again, you got your towers, your gateways there. And if you've used this deck before, I would love to hear what your thoughts are of it in the comments down below. With that, I will let you guys and gals go. Have a great rest of the month, and I will see you in the next video.